Okay, how's everybody doing? There's some really big news regarding Neace here. As you can see, he demoted all the way down to Diamond 2. And when I made my video yesterday on him, he was actually Mastered, so that's obviously a lot of LP loss in one day. And he's clearly just been struggling a lot. I mean, he demoted down so far. He's been tilt queuing, losing a lot, and as you can see, he even locked in Ghost Cleanse Nunu, the classic Disco Nunu, in an attempt to get his team to dodge, which is a kind of scummy thing to do, in my opinion. And then didn't dodge in time himself, and it went through, and he went AFK, and he got put in a low priority queue from it. And I'm just going to go over some of his games, some of what he's doing, what he's been saying, the hypocrisy, and just what I think the future for Neace is. As you can see, he has been sticking to his Trendemir, but it was not going too hot. Yeah, let's get into this. So, funnily enough, at the start of this thing, Neace talks about how he thinks the loser's queue is not real. Now, whether it's real or not is something that I really can't say for sure. But if it's not real, then it proves that Neace losing all of these games is just his skill. But let's see what it is.
I'm just using this to kind of set a stage here. What I'm finding is that players are actually starting to believe that this team game, this 5v5 team game with 10 different people and a shit ton of champions now, which are largely almost impossible to balance, duo queue in the game, matchmaking that's like trying to put people together, accounts that are decayed, accounts that haven't, transfer accounts, all these things. People are trying to pretend that they are aiming anywhere towards consistency. When I started...
Yeah, so he talks about how their games are not consistent, which is it's kind of weird because he talks about how bad the games are and how inconsistent they are. Obviously, he talks about this all the time, but then he also is going to go on to say that loser's queue is not real. And I feel like you could have it both ways technically, but it's a little bit odd to say that. And obviously, Neace in the past has talked about how much his accounts are rigged. On his old account, he was like, "Oh my god, I must be doom switched or something." Like, I'm starting to believe in these conspiracies and stuff, he said. Like, that's way more crazy in my opinion than Loser's Q saying that an account will get doom switched for whatever reason. I don't even know why Neace's account would have been doom switched, but yeah, it's crazy, and I think we're going to see Neace continue to fall probably, because in the past on his first account, Neace did make it up to high diamond already, so Neace is actually lower than his peak on his other account, which is currently sitting in platinum. So let's I expect Neace to drop, but let's continue hearing what Neace has to say.
My climb here in Korea with my fresh account, I used all those techniques from those other games and just being good at League in the past. And basically, I just brute forced. I tried stuff. I limit test, I limit test, I limit test, I limit test, I limit test until I find a strategy that I really wanted to stick on. I'm going to try, just like I've done in my coaching, I'm sticking to my main champs. I'm not deviating very wide because
Yep, and of course, Neace is OTPing currently. He's playing just Trendemir. He has been trying a little bit of different builds, including copying Yasuke's build mostly to gain most of his LP. But, I mean, it's obviously not that unusual of a thing. So a lot of the builds he's trying are fairly meta, and do have some high elo players playing him, but he is trying a lot of builds. That is true. Again, I wouldn't say it explains losing a lot of LP, but, I mean, he's still sticking to his main champion, but it can mean a little bit.
I've got my mechanics back, and I'm trying to min-max my way to Challenger in the hardest serve in the world. When I go through this climb, even in my account... Even on my account, I have had moments of weakness where I...
Like locking in that Ghost Cleanse Nunu, maybe?
I have done things like, I played Fizz in a game once and didn't dodge. I changed the build around and modified some things. But I am largely disciplined on my account. But even in my case, I am not perfect. So I'm telling you all this stuff to make you guys understand that the League of Legends community, by and large, has created their own losers queue.
So he says that people in League of Legends have created their own losers queue. So there is some potential validity to these claims. So let's get into this. Is Neace creating his own losers queue here? And I think there's no better way to get into this than to get into when he was playing Ghost Cleanse Nunu. So this is Neace locking on after.
This guy literally took my role. I dodged at 0. No one else dodged, and I get stuck in a game. All right.
No one else dodged. That shows Neace's arrogance again. Once again, he expects other people to dodge for him.
I wish I had it on screen so you guys can see it.
When Neace...
I literally hovered. Look, my role is top. it plugged me into this game anyways. Look at this session today.
I don't know why Neace doesn't want the mid lane either when he's playing, would be playing Tryndamere usually, but especially Infinite Jax. And Tryndamere's unbanned. The fact that he locked in this and then blames his team for it is pretty interesting to me.
The guy was hovering like he was gonna go in my lane anyways.
I mean, you don't even know that. People play Jace mid all the time. I don't even know why you wanted top Neace when you usually play Tryndamere and Jax counter Tryndamere too. But again, this is Neace creating his own Lucifer's Cube, because when you do this, you lose a lot of extra LP.
And it still goes through.
You actually lose extra LP if you're AFK, and you get put in low priority queue potentially. And Neace did get put in low priority queue, funnily enough. And so that's a bit of an L for him. I'm not sure how many games it was exactly. I don't remember. But that is going to hamper his ability to play a lot of games. And it's just pretty funny, and in my opinion, deserved. And I mean, it's not like Neace is always keeping his builds consistent either. He's building either Ravenous or Jax Show Second or just random stuff. And again, I don't think that this is necessarily the biggest deal, because you can build to whatever the game state is. But Neace clearly is not as consistent as he would preach, and he's also just failing to win lane on his OTP. I mean, look at this. He's just getting gapped like by Velvet top, and he's just not doing too well. Cassante mid. Again, it clearly is largely his fault that he failed here. And, I expect to see these continue to drop. Maybe even not play Tryndamere anymore, because he has been wanting to get back into the jungle now. And he has been saying that the jungle is fixed now. It's really playable. It's a very easy role now. I don't know why he would think that. When he was playing it in the past, it's not really much different. I mean, he's played it over multiple patches, and when it was considered weak, considered strong. But I think that there is a chance Neace might even start to play jungle on this account. I mean, considering how his win rate has dropped over 10% on this account, and his LP has dropped by numerous hundreds, I really just expect to see him continue to play jungle, continue to troll, maybe lock in more Ghost Cleanse Nunu, continue to grief his teams. But again, let me know what you think about this. All the griefing Neace has been doing, all the inting, trying to force his teams to dodge, and just being a bit of a scummy teammate. See you on the next video.